Hello humans, and welcome back to the Tao Way. Today I'm going to take you through my morning routine. Every day I wake up between 6 to 7 a.m. Today it happens to be 5:50 a.m. I am sleeping on the ground not out of choice, but because this is not my house. I live in China, but because of the current entry restrictions, I am unable to return at this time, so I am staying with my mother and sleeping on the floor. No complaints here. The first thing I do is drink a big glass of water, and then I start to make coffee. I really enjoy both making and drinking coffee, but I do take regular 1 to 2 week breaks without coffee to make sure I am not reliant on this stimulant. After the coffee is brewed, I will study Chinese. I am studying for the HSK 6, which stands for 汉语水平考试, which means Chinese Proficiency Test. I have already passed up to level 5, and I am planning to take level 6 by the end of next year. I have been studying every day for the past 3 years, and have studied Chinese in total for 10 years. The level 5 test allows me to work in any company or go to school in any college in China without any language barrier. And the level 6 is getting closer to native fluency. 2 times a week at 6:30 a.m. I will video call with my Chinese tutor to practice my oral Chinese. I do speak Chinese with my girlfriend every day as it is her native language, but I am very comfortable talking to her, so I wanted to find a teacher that I am uncomfortable talking to Chinese in.
我也有点怕，如果我们会中国的话，要在一个跟你一样，在一个酒店住，还是我们可以在我们的宿舍住，我们的房子住，但是不知道。
After my Chinese work, I will start my movement practice. This starts with something called Nali Kriya, or stomach vacuuming. I have been working this on my own every day for the past 7 to 9 months, and I'm finding huge benefits both in my breathing and digestion. I spend anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes on this work every morning. After the breath work, I will get into the spine. I am integrating many different types of spinal circles into one and working to change with as much variety and quality as possible. Now it's time to get into the squat and warm up any positions that I find tight or immobile in the morning. Then it's on to the upper body by simply placing my hands on the ground and preparing the wrists, shoulders, and elbows, getting them ready to take load. Then I will move on to hanging. I go through both passive and active hanging, working to elongate the spine and expand the body. After the hanging, I will get into more specific warm-ups to prepare for that morning's session. Today's main work is locomotion. I will start with a few easy integrations focusing on quality of movement, then I will get into some improvisations. This part of the routine takes about 1 hour to complete in total. Enjoy a small amount of videos sharing this work.
next to the bin.
After locomotion, I will take you to one of my favorite meditation spots to sit down and work internally. I like this spot because it is quiet and you can hear the flowing of water. The downside is you will get bit by many insects, but this can be a good character builder as well. I have been meditating every day for the past few years. The only thing I regret is not starting sooner. Once I return back home, it is time to make breakfast. Today I am making omelets with sausage, kale, and cherries. Every day's breakfast varies in terms of fruit and meat, but the basic outline is the same. I have many eggs, some meat, some vegetables, and some fruit. Most of the oil that I use is coconut based. I'm a big fan of coconut oil. I have been experimenting with the introduction of cheese lately and finding that my body can handle certain cheeses well and others not so well. This type of cheese works very well with my body. Here you can see his plate on the left and her plate on the right. Once breakfast is finished, we will begin to eat. We never watch TV, use our phones, or any other electronic device while we eat breakfast. We simply enjoy the morning and talk with one another. Breaking the habit of watching TV and eating has been such a big accomplishment for us. After breakfast, I will read. I am reading a book called The Naked Ape. This book goes into our ancestry and some talk about why we are the way we are. I have been on an evolutionary kick lately, and the last 3 books I have read all have to do with our evolution as a species. I read a total of about 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes to an hour in the afternoon, and I read about 1 book per week. A lot of people tell me that they don't have time to read. To that I say, what are you doing on the toilet? If your answer is playing on your phone, then get off your phone and pick up a book. You will be amazed at how much reading you can get done on the toilet. When I'm reading, I move into different postures, from squatting to sitting on the ground in a pancake, to cross-legged, to sitting on a chair, to sitting on the couch. Just as many different positions as I can. Every 5 pages or so, I will switch whatever position that I'm doing. Today I have a Skype conversation with one of my online students at 10:30. I will use this as an opportunity for my students to ask me questions that they have about the practice or about the program I wrote for them. I believe in this video we are talking about her spinal work. After the Skype chat, I will prepare a small snack. Today is pistachios, but sometimes it's almonds or cashews. And if I have time, I love to watch Chinese TV. I am watching a show called 非正式会谈, or Informal Talks. I have watched many Chinese TV shows over the world, like 世界青年说, A Bright New World, 隐秘的角落, I don't know how to say this one in English though, 中餐厅, which is Chinese restaurant, and 妻子的浪漫旅行, which is wife's romantic travels. I love watching Chinese TV. The downside is they typically are long, so it takes me 2 to 3 days to finish one episode.
我会跟你沟通。看看这对来自于乡村爱情故事走出来的夫妻，出去的，我们刚刚就辩论了半天之后，我觉得应该聊点具体的事情。
Now I will prep some sweet potatoes to be eaten in the afternoon. These take about an hour to bake, so I will let them bake while I do about 30 minutes of answering emails, watching my students' videos, and answering their questions. I have another Skype call at 12 p.m., but I will not show that because that will take us into the afternoon. This is a typical morning routine for me. I hope you enjoyed, and that's the session.
Now that's a sweet potato.
Purple one's better.
Yeah, the purple one's better. One for me, one for Max.